get there, try to adjust to this Spanish-speaking country. Then we start shooting, like right away, during the festival. Pamplona is like this small, quaint little town. 2 million people then come from all over the world to basically just get drunk and party non-stop.
Absolutely go to Pamplona during that festival. I've heard all about it. To experience that while shooting film was like, wow, okay, what's this gonna be like?
The Chupinazo, which is the opening ceremony, was actually the harder thing to do because that's literally like just jam-packed where you could almost lift your legs off the ground and still be held up by the crowd.
We were shooting the movie within all these drunk, partying people.
We had a camera in there, and getting the actors, you know, getting the good footage and everything was a lot tougher. Plus everyone's spraying like bottles of champagne around, and you know, stuff's getting on the lens.
There's a certain challenge of taking a camera and a crew handheld to the streets of a bunch of drunken, you know, partygoers.
Kevin had been there. He had an idea exactly what sort of look he wanted and what was doable and what wasn't doable.
We go to these places and we'd be shooting with sort of this skeleton crew in this guerrilla filmmaking style, and he'd see something that looked right and go, all right, that's where we're going.
Like we see this marching band going about their business with tons of people. We just finished a shot in an alleyway. Let's go, let's go, let's go. They just grabbed the camera and we ran, got in the middle of this parade, and the camera was there and nobody was looking in the camera because we snuck in the middle of this thing. It was awesome.
Beautiful. It was great for some things because you would really get into this energy, this frenzy of the streets. It would be very inspiring to know what it was like and to understand.
Everybody's drunk, they see a camera, they're in the camera going, yeah, Viva San Fermin, and then we're like, you know, we can't use this.
But the casting of the extra was really easy. Hey, you want to be in the film? Okay. Everybody was just ready to roll and party and just have a good time.
Festival in and of itself is a character.
I think that's going to come across because there's such joy and celebration.
Yes, I am the stupidest man alive. The running the bulls, I mean, that's just super dangerous, and we did it twice.
We had cameras set up to get us actually running with the bulls, which is really, really, really hard because there's a lot of people wearing the same thing that you're wearing, you know, red and white clothes.
When we were shooting was actually my third and fourth run. It becomes less of a panic attack every time you do it.
At least 5 people that if any of them get taken out, like this movie could just shut down right now.
Getting Tim Sharp in there and getting a couple of the guys was definitely good for a laugh for their first run.
I'm shooting a movie at this festival. They're asking me, will you run with the bulls? Yeah, I'm gonna run with the bulls. Yeah. I don't want to like go back home and be like, nah, I didn't run with the bulls. I had my stunt double do it. That's not with a movie like this.
I think that for the guys to not run for the bulls was like, whoa, bulls here, okay, I gotta do this now. Honestly, for me, I love jumping off planes, surf, you name it. No need to prove myself in that domain. I don't need to run with the bulls.
No way. There is not even an iota of me that would even think about doing it. I was terrified for these guys.
Running with the bulls was the scariest thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
It does become kind of like a club when you start telling those stories and somebody else goes, I ran with the bulls. You go, oh my God, you remember the third turn in Hamburger Corner? And all of a sudden you have this thing in common. And no matter how many years you get away from it, it's visceral. I mean, you know, just talking about it right now, you get the feeling, the blood pumps again.
Put into a situation where you could potentially get killed by a bull. That's definitely in your brain.
When we were shooting, because we actually had a cameraman who was crazy enough to strap on a camera and actually get in there and run with the bulls with us, it added a different a level of intrigue.
Having the camera guys running, I mean, the idea that they survived it is pretty phenomenal.
What we were able to get was just incredible.
The bull just happened to be right there at the exact right moment. We were closest to camera. But I'm done now. Thanks for playing.